On the subject of Kenny Veach, did he have medical problems? He most certainly did, or else he was the world's biggest liar. So I lean towards that he could not have faked that video. He had medical problems. It could be eroded esophagus from, acid reflux, but he had medical problems. If that was not the issue, well, then he was totally lying and faking that video, which I don't believe. There's no way he had medical issues in his mouth or his throat. What was it? Herpes sores or something? I mean, I don't know. His esophagus was eroded, precancerous? I don't know. But he did not fake that video. Now, as far as, he was just, a person commented, well, you just saw him, he was dehydrated. He was dehydrated and he couldn't swallow. Well, I'll tell you right now that I've never seen it and never heard of it. And my best example, which I've uploaded before, as far as barely making it back, I mean totally dehydrated, where I was coming back from Olive Oatman. Now, remember, I did this not to, I'm going to not drink water, I'm going to prove a point, I'm going to go up there and kill myself. No. But I went all the way to the corral in the middle of the night. It was getting daylight at the corral. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is that the sun come up and I start drinking my water and I start working my way down and I go, shit, I'm not even out of the mountains. And I realized, okay, I'm not going to make it. In here, I realized, okay, this is it. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. This is it. It actually happened. So anyway, I did keep going. And I get down here and, this is desperate. And I know I'm not going to make it. This is it. I did try to send texts to my brother, where to come and get me. I ain't going to make it. There's no way. Okay, so I go on and I go on and I go on and I come down here the wrong way, because remember, I went in at night. But I come down here the wrong way, and along about here and in these ravines, I was laying down in the sand. I can't go on. But I was baking in the sun, and I was out of water. So I get down to here, and I go, I looked over, and I go, oh, that's the van? There's no way. I'm not going to make it. So I did keep going. You have no choice but to just keep going. Don't keep going. It's the only way to do it. Just keep going. Don't lay down. Don't rest. Which I did. I did lay down, but it didn't last more than a few seconds. And I got up. I said, I have to keep going. And anyway, all along here, that green line, I was hallucinating. I was staggering. I saw the van, but I was going off sideways and going off this way, going off that way. And I say, I have to keep pointing at the van. I mean, there were things darting across and all kinds of shit. My fingers, my arms were cramping up like spastic. The first thing to cramp up will be your fingers, your thumbs. You can't operate things like you picture a spastic hand. And that you're in the final stages. My heart was racing. I go, I can't go on. I have to keep going, but I did go on. But I will tell you this, that I did make it. I did make it to the van, and I could barely get in. I was so bad, I couldn't even hardly work the keys. My fingers wouldn't operate. And I go, I got to open that door. There's a cooler. Anyway, I opened it up, and I got in. And I will tell you, I had no problem. I go, oh, God, I turned on the engine, put on the air conditioner full blast. The Gatorade in the back, I go, the Gatorade is ice cold, and I slammed that goddamn thing down so fast you wouldn't believe it. So no, I never had no problem. While I'm dehydrated, I can't drink, and I'm going to drink this Gatorade, and there's a camera, and I'm saying, well, I'm so dehydrated I can't drink. It hurts. It burns. It burns. I can't take it. I can't take it. No way. So Kenny Veach either had medical issues, such as it could be sores in his mouth or his throat, or eroded esophagus, but I've never heard of it. I've never witnessed it until I saw the Kenny Veach video. And also, this is not the only one. The battery's going dead. Let me see if I can get back up to Las Vegas. The only other time, actually, that I barely made it back and was Valley of Fire. And I went up on the mesa. Well, I know I can go down the other side. Well, I get to the side, I go, there's no going down there. And I go, my goose is cooked. I don't have no water, no nothing. I have to go back. I have to go back, but I couldn't. Let me see if I can find that. But I couldn't. Here it is. But I couldn't. So I had no choice, but I went down the side. I was falling, I was climbing down, and I barely made it back to that goddamn van, man. I never had no problem. When I got into that van, I never had no problem drinking nothing. Did not occur. Did not occur.